My name is Martin Klaassen, and welcome to another interview session with the virtual lighting design community. My next guest is Siddharth Mathur from Dubai, a local force to be reckoned with. Introduce us to the viewers. Who is Siddharth? What does he do in his daily life?
Well, I am an architect by training, and then very early on in my architecture days, I got bit by the lighting bug, which led me to study further, explore more, move to Sydney, do my master's in lighting design, and that's how I got into the field, which was 18 years ago, and I've never looked back. Right. So I live in Dubai. I'm the managing partner for Studio Lumen here. We are a 16-person strong design studio trying to push the boundaries of creative lighting design.
Very good, very good. Now, you are here, your involvement here is related to the awards. So you have been judging the projects that have been submitted. Can you tell us a little about that? I know the awards are tomorrow.
Yes.
So you can't disclose that, but maybe a little bit about the level of submissions and the sort of, creativity. You mentioned creativity.
Yes. So I was on the panel to judge the product awards this year. Okay. And I think there were a number of entries that we've had was just absolutely phenomenal. The criteria was also quite stringent. The other thing, I've done this judging of product awards in earlier years as well. But the biggest difference this year was that the manufacturers that were finally shortlisted had to come and do a live pitch. Yes. Which was the first time, and it was a very new experience for the manufacturers as well as the judges. So, I really love the format because they had 5 minutes to make their pitch, and then there was a 5-minute question and answer session where the judges, which were all prominent lighting designers from the field, could actually question them on the merits of the product and how they could be applied on projects.
So did it change your opinion about what?
Most certainly, because what used to happen in previous years was that we did have the samples in front of us, but there were a lot of questions still unanswered, and that changed this year. So I think that really made a huge difference to our understanding of the products, and as a byproduct, deeply impacted our scores as well.
Okay.
So and the criteria, I think, of judging the products was also linked to the theme that Light Middle East has got.
Well, I want to talk to you about that as well, because there's 3 themes that run through it.
Yes.
Innovative lighting design, which probably could be also seen in the products. Yeah. The future of sustainability and the seamless integration. Yeah. So I would like your point of view towards the products that you have judged, but also maybe how that applies in your own work as a lighting designer.
So on the products that we reviewed during the judging process, I think sustainability was a very, very key factor. For us, and in keeping with the theme for this year's Light Middle East, we really want to push the message. And push the message of sustainability, not because it is a new fad or a fashion, but it is a matter of good practice that we would really like to promote in this region. The other aspect was seamless integration into the architecture. Also, we looked at a lot of buildability issues, constructability issues on the proposed products, on how relevant they are to the buildings that are being designed.
What's your criterion for relevance? Because I would think that changes with the technology improvements.
No, certainly it does, but it was more about how discreet they can be and how we can, really promote the effect. As opposed to the product itself, and how you can, seamlessly integrate it with a view to concealing it, rather. So that is, I think, one of the 2 most important factors that we looked at. And when it comes to our work of lighting design on projects, I think both of these factors are hugely important for us. For us, sustainability is a matter of good practice. If you can do something with consuming 10 watts of energy, why would you consume 20? It's as simple as that.
It should be in our blood, right?
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
what we're doing.
Exactly. It's common sense, right? Or it's the uncommon common sense, I should put it that way. So that is a large part. And seamless integration, I mean, I've said it before, I'm an architect, so we're constantly bending backwards to hide things.
But there's integration with architecture and there's integration with technology. like smart IoT things,
yes.
right? So there's two
so
different things.
The integration with architecture is something that we've been doing for many years, but slowly we are also moving into looking at the integration with technology and the new technology. I mean, even in the fair today, there is such a lot of talk with the Smart Building Summit on beacons and the mesh technology and how lighting fixtures will be, you know, almost a communication device in the future.
It will
be. So we are really looking at that very, very keenly. I have to say that we haven't had the luxury of actually applying it on a real project yet. But it's just a matter of time. Because the technology is changing so quickly, we are also adapting ourselves in terms of educating us and the team to really understand about it. You know, we have always been very conscious of not jumping into new technologies, because what we don't want is our clients to feel like they are the guinea pigs of something new. So we have a cautious approach, but we are very, very well informed of what's going on, and I think it's just a matter of time. And I'm so excited to actually be able to implement it on a real project.
I heard one of the speakers say this morning, adaptation is survival.
Absolutely,
right?
I mean, Charles Darwin said that many years ago as well. So,
another thing we need to adapt ourselves to is the post-COVID world we have entered right now. We had 3 years of pandemic that drastically changed many people's lives, the way they live, the way they work. How does that affected you personally and also within your work?
Look, the post-pandemic world is definitely something that is the new normal, and we are getting used to it. The disadvantages of it are very obvious. I think those affect everybody. But what I would like to talk about is the biggest advantage of the post-pandemic world. Video conferencing has become so socially acceptable now as a means of conducting a project meeting or a business meeting, that I love the fact that I don't have to get out of my office, drive for half an hour, spend another 20 minutes to look for
driving.
parking.
I'm talking about flying.
Exactly. And look for parking for another 20 minutes and then go and realize that the person that I was supposed to meet is in another meeting. I can just quickly jump onto a Teams call or a Zoom call and discuss what so I feel that it has added a lot of accountability as well as helped us to multitask.
I spoke to one of your colleagues earlier and he said, I've never had so many meetings in my life.
Exactly, So previously, with the struggles of getting from point A to point B, you could manage probably 2 or 3 meetings. And now probably we are doing 5 or 7. And I feel that that is very, very progressive, because you can get a lot more done while you save all the time in transportation.
But nothing beats face-to-face.
Nothing beats face-to-face. No, I agree.
I hadn't seen you for 4 or 5 years of this.
I know, So no, nothing beats that. But I think we make do with what we have, and like you said, we are adapting to survive.
One of the things we did to adapt is to create the virtual lighting design community, which was born during the pandemic as a way to try and integrate the community and connect with the community, the lighting community, but not just lighting designers. Even though it's called the lighting design community, it's also about people that have a vested interest in lighting and lighting design. So you have been a good supporter of the virtual lighting design community. I would love to hear your point of view and what you think about the platform.
So I have been super excited about it from the first day that I got to know that something like this is coming up, because I feel that we were definitely lacking a single platform where ideas could be exchanged. And ideas that are really relevant to our profession, to new technology, to professional practice, and what the VLDC has done in terms of creating content that is really a storehouse. It's a library that you can go back and refer time and time again. And I have done it so many times. You go through a presentation, and then you are probably working on a project where the topic is relevant. It's almost like a reference source. You can go back and revisit that presentation and it just provokes some different thoughts in your mind that you didn't see, that you didn't think about earlier. So I really think that is the biggest strength of this platform. I'm super excited to see more and more people actually come on board and add to that content and really take benefit of it and make the most of it, because we were seriously lacking a platform where different lighting designers from different parts of the world could meet and interact.
Technically, there's no barrier. You can connect any time of the day,
absolutely,
any time of the week.
Absolutely, and such a small thing like the messaging service on it. I think it's just so amazing because you can very easily just send a. I mean, I know we have access to social media and this and that, but just to be able to try and bring that on one single platform where you can send a message to a fellow lighting designer across the seas and get a response on something, I think it's just absolutely fascinating.
It's we are on a ride with that.
Yes,
we're on a ride.
Yes.
Finally, I would like to ask you what drives Siddharth to get out of bed every morning and do what he does as a lighting designer. I know you're passionate about what you're doing. Any message that you want to get out there? What would you like to share with me?
To be able to influence the built environment and on completion of a project, be able to point my finger to it and say, you know what, I did that.
All right,
That is what drives me, and that is what gets me out of bed every morning. I have two daughters. They are 16 and 13 years old, and they are absolutely fascinated with every project that I do, good, bad, or ugly. So just to be able to take them to a project once it's complete and point my finger to saying, you know what, I did that. That really gets me out of bed every morning.
Siddharth Mathur, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.